Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lafayette College Signing Day, the early signing period here. I'm Mike Joseph, your host for tonight, and I am so happy to be joined by the head football coach of Lafayette Leopards, John Garrett. John, to have you here, an exciting campus, snowy day, but an incredibly exciting day here to welcome in some new Leopards.
Well, it's always a great day, National Signing Day, the first one here in December, and we're excited about the group of student athletes that we brought in, 15 of them. But first of all, I want to thank our coaches. Our assistant coaches did a fantastic job recruiting this group under different circumstances. No in-person contact, had to do a lot of Zoom calls and virtual visits and phone calls, and they really spent the time and brought us a fantastic class. And kudos also to Jim Gilchrist and Jack Bongi, part of our staff as well. Jim heads up our recruiting and does a great job. And really want to thank our staff for bringing such a wonderful class to College Hill.
Well, terrific. This really is obviously have become now the second year of this, and it really is the first opportunity for prospects to lock up those scholarships and formally sign those letters of intent beginning today and going in through Friday. This has really become the lifeline. Really, most of the kids here, the early signing kind of shapes your class for 2021. And as you look across the country, they say anywhere from 50 to 75% of the kids are doing this early signing. And I'm sure that helps you as well to lock these kids up before you actually get to February. So it is an incredible opportunity, and your staff on a really nice job.
Well, like you said, this early signing day really defines the landscape, particularly for the FCS schools, because when you have guys locked up and signed, you know exactly who's available that you can recruit for the next signing day. So we're really pleased with our group that we were able to sign, and we have left some room to add more in the future.
Absolutely. And John, let's just touch on it. Obviously, this has been the most unusual year I think you and I have ever involved with being in football for a long time. And, give us maybe the current state of the Lafayette football team. And, so all the fans out there understand that you guys are working your butts off and getting ready for whenever that word comes to jump on the field.
Well, it was a challenging time, but we like to use the word thrive. We wanted to thrive through the pandemic and these challenging times, and that's what we did. We had 37 guys on campus this fall to practice. We practiced 3 times a week, and the guys gave great effort, and we really improved as a group. And we missed those players that were learning and studying from home remotely, but we really stayed in contact with them with multiple Zoom calls and staying in touch with their position coaches. But despite not playing, despite not preparing for opponents and playing a season, we were busy. We recruited more than we ever did because you have the time to do it. So many Zoom calls and virtual official visits and FaceTime calls and text messages, and our guys really went to work to put together a fantastic class that I'm really proud of.
Yeah, and your coaches, obviously, they don't get enough credit. They did a heck of a job. And obviously, last year, I think we had 10 or 12. This year, we're going to be looking at 15 kids that got their paperwork in. And quickly, let's touch upon your senior class. Somewhat of a disappointing season or non-season for them. What would be the future for some of your seniors, maybe to share a little bit out there of what their opportunities might be and may not be?
Well, I'm so proud of our seniors. They've just been the right kind of guys through all of this. And that's what our program is made of. It's a collection of the right kind of guys. We say it all the time. It's one of our requirements to come into the organization, and led by our captains. They have just rolled with the punches, so to speak, and represented our team well. And they have a unique opportunity. And we're very hopeful that we get to play in the spring, they will be able to compete for a Patriot League championship in the spring of 21 and also in the fall of 21, which is a unique, rare, wonderful opportunity to play more games than a regular season, get to vie for 2 championships, and also get to compete. Beat Lehigh twice in one calendar year. So
That's a good point. That is
we're looking for that wonderful opportunity, and that certainly will be a chance for some seniors to do so.
And we've been waiting on pins and needles this week, and obviously we're getting some things moving forward. We don't have the word yet, but you guys are still preparing.
Yeah, we're very hopeful. All the word from our athletic administration and some word from the league is that continue to plan for the spring. The arrow is pointing in that direction. We have a lot of plans in place. I assured our athletic administration we will be ready to take the field whenever they let us, and it really looks hopeful. And we are getting good vibes from the Patriot League and the president. So hopefully we hear some concrete, really good news in the near future.
Excellent news, John. Excellent. I think that's what everybody wants to hear out there. And if people want to come on board right now, you can go to goleopards.com. You can hit the link. You can follow these players that we're going to show you right now. And then later on tomorrow, we're going to have this up on YouTube, so everybody will get a chance to look. So welcome again to everybody out there. John, at quick glance, this is one heck of a class. It's a huge class. It's a class that's made up of 5 offensive linemen, 2 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, a tight end, a wide receiver, a quarterback, and 3 defensive backs, 15 players that we're going to take a look at. And that's just the start of it here for this class. And obviously, you can touch upon it, but you have those kids coming that really haven't played a game for Lafayette that you had from last year. So this class could be, upwards of, if you look at it as one lump sum, you're talking about 30 or 40 kids. It's almost half your roster.
Yeah, well, it's been a great opportunity to add some really talented student athletes to our class. Really happy with the freshmen we brought in last year. We did get a chance to work with them some in the fall, the ones that were on campus. But we're really excited about this class. We have 15 total, as you said, and a good group of offensive players, 8 of those, and then 7 defensive players. And the thing that sticks out to me is RKOG, and what that stands for is right kind of guy. And we say it all the time. My assistant coaches hear it all the time. We're looking for the right kind of guys. That's smart, tough, dependable, loves football, wants to improve, loves to be coached, inspired to be the best in every aspect of their lives, and true student athletes. And also on the field, smart, tough, physical, great effort, physically tough, competitive. Those intangibles are much more indicative of success than just how big, strong, and fast you are. But along with those intangibles, we want big, strong, fast, and tough. And we were able to show all that and bring those types of guys into this class. We got some really great size offense and defensive linemen, just some big people at their positions, which we think is important. But they are all really impressive intangibly, do some great things off the field. We have 17 captains in the class. We have 3 that are state champions. We have 1 that's a multiple state champion. So a lot of great character and a lot of really impressive talent that we are looking forward to develop in the coming years.
And all of that transcribes itself into wins. It really does. When you get the right kind of guy. I love that. Or KOG. 10 different states represented all over the region. We're going all over the place. We got kids from everywhere here. Again, a tribute to you and your staff. So if we can get the office there to run some of these guys, let's start off. Let's look at Isaiah Ambrose. Isaiah Ambrose is one of your defensive backs. He's we'll get the video going here. John Carroll Catholic High School in Birmingham, Alabama, but he took a little stop on the way, got here through Wyoming Seminary. And tell me a little bit about what you liked by Isaiah. And when we watch the film, we're going to like him right away.
Well, we first knew about Isaiah at the end of last year, and we were able to send him to Wyoming Sem. and he had a great experience there with Coach Jim Anderson. What a great place Wyoming Sem is, and Isaiah is tall and long for the position. Got really good ball skills. He's a sound tackler and just a really wonderful competitor. He has the athleticism to cover, but also the toughness to tackle, which is essentially what you need to do on defense. Be a really good tackling team.
Yeah, I really like his hips. He can inside. He could play nickel for you. He's a kid that's going to be on the field. He's going to be he's going to be playing special teams. I love that's it right there. The closing speed, the ability to stick his nose in there and obviously make plays. He's a leader on the field. He was a baseball player as well. Coming through Wyoming Seminary, you're getting a kid that's a little bit older, a little bit more mature. He's got that extra year. And he's a kid, you look at him almost that redshirt year where he comes in here and he's going to participate. And right now, just from his background and the way you watch him on film, he's a kid that's going to compete right away for a position. So that's a great get for you. Can't have enough defensive backs, can't have enough athletes on the field. We're going to move forward now, look at a wide receiver. We're going to look at Chris Caracia from New Jersey, not very far away. Chris Caracia, Ocean Township, New Jersey, 6 foot, 180-pound wide receiver. He was I believe, a junior day participant for you. Tell me a little bit about Chris. I love his stride. I love the way he goes up and attacks the football.
Well, Chris was one of the fortunate ones to be able to get to campus on junior day before the pandemic struck. He was able to see campus. We got to know him. We were on him early in the recruiting process. We did our work. We vetted him thoroughly, and we just believe he is a good athlete who can run. He's versatile, he's elusive, he's productive after the catch. He's got really good body control to go up and catch the ball. He's a competitive catcher of the ball. As you see here, he's either handing him the ball in the backfield, and he just proved to be a really good athlete with competitive skills. He has production deep. He has production short where he runs for a touchdown, and being a local kid, he's got really good character, and we're excited to have Chris part of our team.
Yeah, and to add him to that young group of wide receivers you had last year that contributed so much. I mean, he's a kid that just eats up cushion. As a former DB, I mean, lining up against that kid that eats up your cushion so quickly, gets you to open your hips, and then has the ability to go up and attack a 50-50 ball. I mean, he's a really good addition. You only took one, and you're always out there looking for more. He might not be the only one, but he's a kid that's going to really be a nice asset and add to that nice group of kids you have coming back. So really, really good get there. Can't have enough of those guys as well. Let's move on to this quarterback, because I can't watch enough of a Sean Davis. I mean, he is a wonderful player. He's a pocket passer. I know everybody talks about dual athletes and being able to scramble and continue to keep plays alive, but Sean is a pocket passer. And out of Willingboro, New Jersey, this is a kid you told me was a 2-time champion. He is impressive, and look at the size, 6'3", 225.
Well, he's a natural thrower of the ball. He's a natural leader. He has won state champions twice in high school, and he also was a youth football champion as well. A big, strong athlete who has really good velocity. He can make the wide far hash throw. He can avoid the rush. He's big and strong in the pocket. Handles pressure well, beats it with his arm and his legs, really a guy that is a playmaker. As you can see there, being able to avoid the rush, keep his eyes down the field, and still look for a receiver. And he's a guy that was started out getting offers from bigger schools, and we just stayed after him. We felt really good about him, and Coach Schenkweiler, our quarterback coach, did a great job as the position coach in the recruiting process to convince him to come, and we're really pleased with him. And he really makes our quarterback room in that position just filled with another talented arm.
Yeah, he's an exciting player to watch. 6 children, so I tell you what, that kid. I love the way he throws from a real solid base. He's not always off of 1 foot, or, and the ability to keep his eyes up. So many quarterbacks, nowadays they feel a rush, their eyes drop, they can't get it, they try to scramble, they run too early. We all see it, we hear it every day from everybody around. But Ashawn is a kid throw from the pocket, but still has that ability to extend plays. And a big kid, and you told me he's not done growing yet. So two-time state champion, great get of Ashawn. He's going to, like you said, be an asset to that quarterback room. Let's move on to Gabe.
Hey, Mike, one thing. It is Ashawn Davis's birthday today.
Hey,
how about that birthday celebration? Happy birthday, Ashawn.
That's terrific. Great. That's unbelievable. Terrific. I'm a December baby as well. So happy birthday, Ashawn, and welcome to the Lafayette Leopards. You are going to have a wonderful career. We are so happy. You can see the excitement in our faces. Can never have enough quarterback. Let's move on to Gabe DuBois. I mentioned him out of Cincinnati, Ohio, 5'10", 180-pound defensive back, one of 3 defensive backs you got. And to tell you what, if you want a DB and you want to go to a good place to get him, then you go to St. Xavier High School, right, Coach?
Well, we've have great respect for Ohio high school football, particularly St. X. They are our state champions. So congratulations, St. X and Gabe, for being state champs. And you had a integral part in that success. Really love the way this guy plays. Smart, tough, competitive, physical, anticipates, plays the ball. As you can see, productive, intercepting and returning it for touchdowns. But this kid impacts the game not only with his physicality, but his ability to play the ball. And we're excited and just thrilled to have him from such a great program. So congratulations, Gabe. And we're really appreciative that you're a Lafayette Leopard.
Well, I'll tell you what, and that is top-notch football. You don't get any higher. I mean, St. X is St. X, and what I love about Gabe is the way he really has a good feel for the routes. He understands it. You can see he's kind of a student of the game. I love the way he drops his hips as a former DB coach. Love the way he drops his hips, his back. He doesn't get up high in the body. The nose stays over the toes, and he drives on the football. And he can play in the box too, Coach. I mean, you never know. I mean, he may be a corner, maybe a safe, but he can play in the box. And he's a kid that's exciting. And he's going to come in. The coaching he got at St. X, he's going to just obviously love out of information you guys go at him. That is a really, really great get from a terrific school.
Yeah, well, Coach Ricky Brown, our linebacker coach and area recruiter in Cincinnati, he is from Cincinnati, so did a great job recruiting him along with our defensive back coach, Tommy McIntyre, and really the whole defensive staff and everybody involved. And it's a great get from a very good school who develops excellent talent for college football. So we're pleased with Gabe.
And they were a state champion as well. So let's move on to Austin Eldred. Austin Eldred, another defensive back, 5'11", 170 pounds, out of one of the hotbeds of the entire country when you talk about football. He out of Georgia, Walton High School. I mean, this kid's got a great background. He's got a great pedigree, got a lot of people in his family that played ball. Tell me what you liked about Austin.
Well, first of all, Austin's the right kind of guy. Just infectious smile, great enthusiasm and love for the game, really athletic, quickness, burst to close, makes plays on the ball, comes from a really good high school that competes for state championships all the time. And he is a guy that is just productive. He's productive on the ball. He's productive in the run game as a tackler. And we're just really, really excited to have him on our team.
Yeah, he had a brother that played football at Mississippi Valley State, where Jerry Rice went to school. He played for Team USA in a U16 game as a freshman in an all-star exhibition at AT&T Stadium down in Dallas, what you're real familiar with. So again, great pedigree, great back. Tell me, DBs, we've seen 3 defensive backs already. Was that a target area for you? And what was your feeling about bringing 3 of those in?
Well, this day and age with the multiple wide receivers and the amount of DBs that you have to play in football these days, we just felt that it's become a really important position. And then those players also play an integral part of special teams. So the more you can have on your team, the better. And plus, these 3 are versatile. So they have the skills to play both corner positions, even skill enough to go in and play safety if you have to due to injury. So we just felt that their skill set was too valuable not to pass up, because really the number one criteria is taking the best players, and need is secondary. So we just felt that the talent was really good with these three guys, that we wanted them part of our class.
Yeah, and they're speed, good hips, change of direction, COD. They can do it all. And we're going to start to talk about these big guys now. These are what I call get off the bus guys, because you got 5 or 6 guys that are not just 6'3", 6'4", but 6'5" to 6'7", and there's a bunch of them here. Mark Gorbatino, saying correctly, out of South Barrington, Illinois, Legacy Christian Sports Academy, but a little bit of a different route based on COVID. Tell me a little bit about that as we watch Mark's highlights here.
Well, Mark loves football, and he comes from a great family, and his high school wasn't going to play in the fall. So to show his dedication, he went to Iowa to play at Clear Creek, Amana, and got an apartment and lived by himself near a relative so he could play football. And he is got loads of potential. He's tall, long, athletic, flexible, tough, competitive, and the future's bright for Mark. This guy is callous to contact, puts his face in there. You see him knock people off the ball in the run game. He stays in front of people as a pass blocker, and he hasn't played a ton of football.
Right.
And so under the tutelage of Coach Pace, we really feel that he can develop into a quality offensive lineman for our team.
Yeah, he's gonna fit in well. The oldest of 7 children. He's been on mission trips to El Salvador and Costa Rica. So that goes back to the right kind of guy. He obviously is a kid that wants to give back, and for him to take time to find a good place to go play, stay by himself, go to Iowa and play at Clear Creek. I mean, he's very dedicated. I think he got the right kid there. And like you said, he hasn't even hit the tip of the iceberg because he hasn't played a lot of football. But at 6'6", 250 pounds, boy, you as a kid, you might be able to plug in. I love the way he rolls his hips. He's got a pretty good understanding, but under Coach Pace, he's even going to get better.
Yeah, we're really glad to have him, and he's got loads of potential, and he's going to be a great addition to our offensive line.
Yeah, and moving on to a position, to a D-line position where, you know what, I thought your defensive line was, if not the best in the league, one of the best in the league, obviously with Malik and some of the other guys you had there that could get after the passer, to finish a game, to put the game on the defense's shoulders and get after people. You know, we're going to look at a guy named Ryder Langsdale, 6'6", 240 pounds. Let's roll his tape, out of Ridgewood, New Jersey. I mean, this is a kid that just grew and may not stop growing. Right now he's 6'6", but he grew 5.5 inches from his sophomore to his junior year. Tell me what you like about Ryder.
Well, Ryder's big, strong, tough, long, competitive, hard to deal with. He's able to rush the passer. There's his second effort with a second pass rush move. He's able to disrupt the ball. He knocks down passes all the time, which shows his instincts. He's able to play the run and take blockers on, shed them, and burst to the ball. For that size, he shows athleticism, extreme effort. We really loved how he plays, how competitively he plays, and how instinctive he is. So under Coach Ciamalo's guidance, we believe that he can really develop into a guy that can be a great, significant contributor for us on the defensive line. And
another state champion, correct, Coach?
That's correct.
Another state champion out of Ridgewood. We got 2 of those out of New Jersey. So out of Ridgewood, New Jersey, great football. I love the way he understands the game. Goes out the way he came in when he reverses fill. He gets off of blocks really well. He diagnoses. He almost looks to me as like a big, tall linebacker playing down D lineman. And he's got great get off, good instincts, great flexibility too. Good Z in the knee, can bend, can do all those things. Love that kid. And you know what? That's a position in today's game, especially at the FCS level, is really difficult to find defensive linemen that that, fall, because again, he's a big kid. You wonder why an FBS school didn't offer him, or maybe they did, but he's a kid that really is gonna show off well at this level. And as a state champion, he's a great kid. Great get. Add to that D lineman room, and Malik can take him under his wing.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. We'll move on now to a linebacker, Tim O'Hearn. Tim O'Hearn is a 6'4", 215-pound linebacker, and he's right from your old backyard down there, Capel. Is it Capel, Texas?
Yes. So that's the Dallas area. Another good athlete from an excellent program. Capel High School has been a stalwart program for years down in Dallas. And Tim is a versatile guy that shows that he can rush the passer. He can set the edge of the defense, take on blocks, gain separation, get off blocks, make tackles. He's disruptive, a lot of TFLs, a lot of disrupting of the quarterback, and just has that burst to the ball to be able to turn the corner as a rusher, have the ability to drop and defend the pass, but also too, just to be able to key and diagnose how the blocking scheme and combat it and make the tackle. So a lot of potential, a lot of ability, a lot of really good athleticism to work for and work with, and we're excited to have him on the team.
Yeah, you watch that film and you say, wow, look at that size, look at the competitiveness, look at where he's playing. And then you watch 3 or 4 plays and you turn it off and go, wow, I mean, I like this kid. I mean, the ability to get to the quarterback, he leaps up in the air, he comes back down, doesn't miss stride, makes the tackle. Like you said, to diagnosis plays, he had a tight end and a wing and a kind of a flex position. He recognized the blocking scheme, got his hands, got those long arms, coach. You can't teach length with those arms, and you got some kids that can do it. They can separate, get those offensive linemen hands off them. That's so big nowadays, especially on the edges, having kids with that length.
Yeah, tall and long is important. That's what we look for in our size requirements, particularly with the offense and defensive linemen and those in the front seven with our linebackers.
Yeah, and down the stretch, coach, you were winning in the trenches. When you started winning a lot of games in the Patriot League, you were winning in the trenches. Your offensive line started to take control, playing together more often, being one unit, and your defensive line, I think really in the trenches, that was a big plus down the stretch last year for Lafayette.
Well, it certainly was. Building your team from the inside out, and it starts with the offense and defensive line, and it just brings real stability to your team, because if you can stop the run, you can be in any game, and you need to play good defense if you want to win. And it begins and ends with the offensive line. You got to be able to control the line of scrimmage, open holes for your runners so you can control the game on offense, but also protect the passer when needed on critical third down passing situations.
Yeah, that was my next point, is obviously keep your quarterback upright. And you guys did a lot of that at the end of the year. Let's move on to John Olmstead. John Olmstead is a very interesting kid. I mean, he's a monster of a kid, 6'5", 310 pounds, North Brunswick High School. He's originally there from St. Joe's Metuchen, but he comes to you in a little bit different route. Let's see if we can roll his film right there. He was at a pretty big school. You tell me about it, coach. This kid can play football.
Yeah, he comes from a great high school, St. Joe's Metuchen, and he originally committed to Notre Dame and was at Notre Dame. And then we got word that he was in the transfer portal, and he came to us, and he is high school teammates with one of our players, Brian Riley, who is a fantastic teammate and player for us. And through that connection, we were able to recruit John, and he's a big, strong, tough, competitive offensive lineman that is going to come in and really vie for playing time. As you can see, he's able to just knock people off the ball, and he's now over 300 pounds, and he just loves to train. He loves ball. Can't wait to get him into our system, on our team, and he just brings some physicality and toughness and some maturity and veteranness to our offensive line as a transfer.
Well, between him and Gorbatenko, they're going to make Coach Pace the coach of the year. Let me tell you.
The pressure.
Yeah, there you go, Christian. He's got to be excited because those kids obviously, and like you said, he can come in and hopefully compete right away and do some things because John is a seasoned kid and obviously he's played some big time football. So hopefully he can come in, stay healthy, do the things right. So let's move on to another defensive lineman. Size off the edge. Philip Pfeiffer, 6'6". Let's roll his tape, 225 pounds. The first kid you got here out of Frankfort, Kentucky. Now, often haven't had a lot of kids out of Kentucky, but I tell you what, Philip can get after it. He's got the length, he's got the size, everything you're looking for out of Franklin County.
Well, Philip at this size is just shows a rare combination of athleticism, competitiveness, playing defensive line, and just really like how flexible he is, his get off. He was able to disrupt the passer, make impact on the ball, and take on defenders, make plays in the backfield. Just a guy with a lot of athleticism and combined size that's really going to be hard to deal with because of his unique combination of size, length, and athleticism.
Yeah, and he really runs well. He's light on his feet. You can see good flexibility. Got a good feel for the game. Look at, there's a 6'6" kid that's playing low, understands the game. Look at that. That's all about disengaging as a defensive lineman with a lot of tenacity and a lot of violence. I always talk about defensive linemen getting off of blocks violently, not just disengaging, but getting off violently. And Philip showed he's a class president. He's a 3-year class president. So again, you got the right kind of kid out of Kentucky, a really, really good football player. So excited to get him again. Like you always say, tall, competitive, lean, long, the right kind of kid. Let's move on to Tyler Roberts. Let's run his film. 6'3", 230-pound tight end out of Morgan Hill, California, Valley Christian High School. Tyler Roberts is a kid that really can get after it and you become a tight end kind of guy, Coach. I don't think you become, but you showed that tight end is a big time position. Sometimes there's 4 of them on the field.
We love tight ends. We love the versatility. We believe it causes a lot of problems for the defense. And Tyler shows the ability to block and the ability to receive. He's a good athlete. He's competitive. He's flexible. He's tough. He'll put his face in there and block. But he has skills as a receiver as well, where he's able to not only receive short, catch and run, but also get down the seam and get those chunk plays as well. So we're really glad to have Tyler part of the program. And again, we love a good, versatile tight end that can do a lot for us.
Yeah, 6'3", 230 pounds. I'm reading some of his bio here. He's wanted to be a doctor since he's 8 years old. Okay. So there you go. He's going to major in biochemistry. All right. And I love this. Football team hosts an annual event that teaches football to Down syndrome athletes. How about that? There's a kid that's given back, and that is a tremendous, tremendous kid. And he's a first-degree black belt as well. A first-degree black belt. So look at the flexibility. And all they teach you in that sport, as well as Taekwondo, he's a black belt as well. The flexibility is there. So Tyler Roberts at the tight end position to go along with your tight end room. Wow, really nice addition.
Yeah, we're pleased with Tyler that he's on the team, and it just allows us to put 4, maybe 5 tight ends on the field at the same time.
and then go empty, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll never forget that play where you had 4 tight ends on the field. You were in double wing or whatever and all of a sudden the next play, no substitutions. You were in empty with 4 tight ends.
And we had it too. Just the ball got tipped. It would have been a touchdown.
Yes, you remember. Oh, well, you got a mind like an elephant, Coach. You remember everything. All right, let's move on to Gus Salopek, 6'5", 250-pound, another offensive lineman. And again, you get a kid from Xavier, and now you get a kid from St. Ignatius out of Richmond Heights, Ohio. Again, what a great program. And Gus is a kid that can come in and really compete.
Well, I got a lot of respect for the high school football in Northeast Ohio. That's where I went to school. And St. Ignatius is one of the iconic programs. And he is the consummate St. Ignatius player. Smart, tough, dependable, competitive, versatile. Gus has played guard. Gus has played tackle. He's long. He's strong. He's flexible. And he's got loads of potential. And we're really glad to have him on the team.
Yeah, he plays with a great base, coach. I mean, look at the kick step. I mean, that just tells you that someone's worked with him since he's a sophomore or a freshman on the base, on the technique, and that all you know. I used to recruit, that Ohio area as well. But when you see that, that paw print on that yellow and blue, I tell you what, it's St. Ignatius, and so many good players have come out of that area. Gus is another one. That's a great get. Like I said, great base, works. I love when he kick stepped out and he held the B gap, and then he was patient with the edge rusher, with the 9 technique. I mean, that's incredible. You can't, some kids, that takes a long time to get that, but Gus, you can tell he's been well coached all through high school.
Gus comes from a great family, and Coach Chuck Kyle does a fantastic job as the head coach at St. Ignatius. And we know that we get a recruit out of St. Ignatius, they're going to be the right kind of guy. They're going to be tough. They're going to be hardworking and well coached.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on to a kid you got out of Florida, Coach. Tampa, Florida, Plant High School, another great school. Matthew Schurer, 6'7", 280 pounds. And it says here he's never seen snow. So, he might want to get up here now to get himself acclimated with all the snow we're getting today. But tell me what you liked about Matthew.
Well, as you can see, Matthew has a lot of tools, the size, the length, the competitiveness. He's a guy that has loads of potential. For a guy that tall, he has good feet, good flexibility. He competes and just comes from a really good program. Plant has been a program that is one of the top in Florida, plays at a very high level. And we feel that he has loads of potential and is just going to get better and better and better. So we're really glad to have Matthew part of our team.
Yeah, got good power at the point of attack. I like him. I like all those offensive linemen. You got 5 of them, Coach, and you can never have enough playbooks. So you can never have enough guys. I remember before you got here 4 or 5, 6 years ago, we didn't have too deep at the offensive line. So now you got a really good group of kids, and that speaks to the competitiveness too. So now you can get out there and you can compete on a daily basis. You don't have to worry about putting a kid here or there, but Matthew is going to definitely be an asset to that room as well. Let's talk about Reggie Thomas Jr., a linebacker, 6 foot, 180 pounds out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. The second player you got, Southwest. I believe this is just southwest of Louisville. Tell me about Reggie. I love him. He can run, he can do it all, and he can play in the box.
Well, Reggie is a real versatile player. He plays linebacker, he blitzes, he plays running back. They put him in the slot, they throw it to him, and he's just the best player on the field. He was the player of the year in his conference, and he impacts the game. He tackles, he intercepts the ball, he runs for touchdowns, he sacks the quarterback, and he has the body for it as well. So he has a defensive mentality to make tackles, and also the ability to play on offense as well. But he is a smart, tough, humble, competitive player that has all the intangibles and the physical skills that you want on your football team.
You can see him, Coach. It's almost like you don't want to label him. He's an athlete. You know what I mean? He's a kid that can play all over the place for you. And that just bodes so well for special teams. I can see him running down the field very soon for you on kickoff. And, he's a kid that can really maybe even stretch the field for you offensively or do different things. I really love him. He's had some issues in his life with his mother was ill for a while. And while playing 4 sports, it says here, and going to school, he helped take care of his family as well as his mother. So Reggie, just a special kid, and he's going to love Lafayette, and we're going to love him as well. So that's a great get. Really appreciate that. So he's one of 2 linebackers today that we talked about. And we're going to end up here. The last player we have here is an offensive lineman. Last but not least, Sydney Weibel. Sydney's out of Darien, Connecticut. Great area, not too far away. Again, a big kid, a tall kid, a tough kid, a kid that fits in well with the Lafayette program.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mike. As you can see, 6'6", 270 pounds, just keeps growing. Smart, tough, competitive. That's what we look for in an offensive lineman. Smart, tough, strong, competitive. And if you have that as an offensive lineman, we'll teach you the techniques and the footwork. But if you have the size, the length, and those intangibles, that goes a long way with offensive line. And Sydney shows that on his tape. And he's going to be a good addition to our team to really give us some depth at offensive line. And we're pleased to have him.
Yeah, he's and again, such a great lineage. You know, his grandfather played at Yale. His uncle played at Columbia. We won't mention where his other cousin Vance, or his other uncle Vance, played down the road here at obviously at Lehigh. And I think, well, we'll turn his mom. I think his mom's a Lehigh grad, but she will enjoy wearing the maroon as well. But that's a great opportunity. So, Coach, that wraps it up. A great class. Give me your thoughts here. Obviously, you're adding these kids to those kids from last year that have not played a game in a Lafayette uniform. So, tell me a little bit of just quickly about, your feeling on this class and maybe what you're looking to add between now and February.
Well, what we did was we brought in some really talented players and also filled some needs. We had to add some, make sure we add some to the offensive line, and also bring in some competitive defensive backs as well. We added 3 of those. And it's we were able to accomplish filling needs, but also bringing in talent. And then as this class joins a good class from last year, it's just going to bode well for a really competitive situation in the spring. These guys are productive, and they're have a lot of experience, and they played a lot of high school football. So. And physically, they have the size to be able to play right away. So we're looking forward to this class contributing early and getting to know the guys on our team and really coming together so we can compete for a Patriot League championship, hopefully come this spring.
Oh, absolutely, Coach. I can see it coming. You just get that feel. It's just building blocks and day after day, just stacking those bricks on top of each other. It's so exciting. And this being one of my favorite days of the year, I can tell by obviously your smile on your face. You're so happy to get these kids on campus. We're going to add even a few more before February. It has been a terrific night. Everybody out there, if you want to take a look at this class again, you can go online at goleopards.com/news/2020. I'm not much of a computer guy, but you can find it. You get on there, you can watch these guys. This will be on YouTube tomorrow. And Coach, just before you go here, I'm going to run up. I'm going to grab my old helmet right here, Coach. My old Lafayette helmet right there that I stole my senior year.
Yes, sir.
Look at that old leopard, Coach. You ever think of putting that back on the helmet?
Yeah, how about that? That's kind of nice.
Yeah, how about that? Got the old 11 on the back right there.
Hey, Mike, Sharita's calling me right now. He's going to give you an invoice for the helmet.
Yeah, I'll bet she is. She ain't getting that one back. Let me tell you, I had one made into a lamp and I got the other one on my shelf. And I'll tell you what, I bleed maroon and white. So Coach, thank you again so much. Everybody out there, thank you for joining us. What a terrific night. One of my favorite nights of the year. Some great kids coming in here, future Leopards. For all you guys out there watching, we're so excited to have you. And for all the players that are there that are dedicated to be there, or whether you're virtually working at home, these kids, they have the attitude right. Coach, great job by you and your staff. Thank you so much for a few minutes today. And we're excited and we're looking forward maybe to some spring football and maybe getting on that field with that team down the road that we beat by a point last year in November. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate your enthusiasm and love for Lafayette football. And we're excited to bring these new talented Leopards on our team. And we're poised and ready for a breakout season. And as we just prepare to compete for Patriot League championship. So go Leopards, have a great night, and thanks a lot.
Terrific, Coach. Thanks again. The arrow is pointing up and it will not stop. Thanks again. Thank you to everybody out there. We will see you next time, but we really appreciate you sharing some time with us. For Coach Garrett and myself, this has been the early signing day here at Lafayette College. Thank you very much.